welcome to the next episode of the Estate Planning Expert Series, where I interview experts on the topic to help financial advisors grow. Today's show is all about meeting clients where they are with every stage of estate planning and truly building a one-stop shop financial practice. And our guest today is Marianela Silva, a certified financial planner and CEO of Marigold Financial Partners. Now, over the years, Marianela has seen friends and family struggle with helping or trying to find the help that they truly need for their financial situation. This inspired her to start her own practice. Marianela, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. Excited to be here and help other advisors share some valuable information with estate planning and how to incorporate it into your practice.
Absolutely. This is the talk of the town right now. Every advisor wants to know more about estate planning and what their peers are doing and try to mimic that and have success with it. So we're so glad that you're here. I'm going to roll right into the first question, Marianela, and that is, you're aiming to build a true one-stop shop experience for your clients. You've got investments, you've got tax, and you've got estate planning, which I love. I saw that all on your website. It's truly one-stop shop. So how do you see technology playing a role in helping you grow towards this goal of building this one-stop shop and also better serving your clients?
So technology has been essential in streamlining our practice, where we've been able to centralize all of our client data, automate tasks, and it's helped us to collaborate with CPAs and estate planning attorneys as to how we share information, obviously when the client allows it. And it's really freed up our time to help strategize so that we can continue to build relationships with our clients, build relationships with our strategic partners, and continue to grow the practice and help our clients at the same time.
Yeah. And most financial planners are juggling a lot, right? So having that technology to build in processes, to scale processes is super helpful. And this is what I hear often from financial advisors is, I couldn't really do this without technology. I mean, you could, but it would be a much different experience for both you and for the client. Estate planning often feels like a later in life conversation, right? But you address it very early on with early stage clients. So can you share with our audience, why do you take that approach and how do you introduce the topic of estate planning to some of those clients?
So after almost 20 years in the industry, we've seen so many situations where clients are seeking help when it's already too late. And are forced into probate. They're forced into situations where there was no beneficiaries on file, no instructions left by their parents. And even we've had situations where we've had younger clients pass away. So it's been unfortunate. So we want our clients to know it's never too early to start a plan and renew it annually, especially as life happens. You get married, divorce, birth of a child, changing of jobs. It's very common after divorce for beneficiaries to not get changed. Mm-hmm. So when you have the conversations early on and you let them know experiences that you have had with other clients, it really does help those clients, younger clients, kind of realize, okay, I need to think about this.
Yep, absolutely. On the topic of beneficiaries, most people assume estate planning is only about these complex legal documents. So how do you help your clients understand that something even as simple as naming beneficiaries is part of the estate planning process and the importance of that?
So we strive to educate our clients. So we always lead with education, which means having difficult conversations about end of life and disability. We just don't ever know what can happen. And so it's important to help them understand the consequences if they neglect something as simple as not naming a beneficiary, having a trusted contact on the account, or even just powers of attorney.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we run a contributor panel at Trust and Well. We have about 14 or 15 advisors who write articles to help other financial advisors on the topic. And that's something we talk about often, power of attorney. And we're in the summer right now. A lot of people are traveling, right? Even right now, it's such an important time to look at your situation and say, do I have a power of attorney? What if something were to happen, especially when you're traveling, but in general. So I love that you lead with education with your clients. I think that is incredibly important. It's empowering to them as well. How about the more complex estate planning cases? Because you really meet clients where they are all across the board. What's your approach to helping clients with the more complex situations, maybe blended families or high net worth, ultra high net worth clients?
So listening to our clients is key and is critical to our practice. You really need to understand what is the dynamics within the family, their children, who they trust, who can handle their financial situation. And then at that point, you can bring in strategic partners that will be as needed and then can help provide the more complex solutions. So, as much as we want to be able to help, within our office with a trust, it's not always something that we can do. And that's when that's where you become a great advisor, because you already have those centers of influence at your reach and you can reach out and ask for help.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, everyone has, a unique pathway, and the same solution can't possibly fit everyone. So I greatly appreciate how you sort of balance, there's technology for many, and there's, attorney pathways outsourcing for some because of those complex situations. So when we had talked before this live interview, I think that's one of the things I had appreciated most about you sharing is like you kind of look for all the different solutions and then you serve them up for the right client at the right time, which I really appreciate. Let's talk about the fact that estate planning often gets delayed by both advisors and their clients. And so, what would your message be as a financial planner who's truly incorporated estate planning into your practice, along with investments and tax and building this one-stop shop? What's your message for other financial advisors who might hesitate to bring up these conversations early or even just feel unsure about where to start with this?
My message is don't wait. Do not wait to have these conversations. You are going to be that lifeline for the client when you have had the conversation and you have gone out of your way to help them name beneficiaries or retitle their accounts correctly at other institutions, at maybe their banks, their 401ks that might be held with their employers, and asking them, hey, let's review these beneficiaries. Is this still accurate? Are these percentages still correct? We are their quarterback. We are our client's quarterback, and we should be leading with protecting their wealth and protecting their loved ones. It's part of their financial plan. So you don't have to be an expert in the legal language. You just have to be the one who starts the conversation and then provides the right support and solution for them.
That's perfectly said. I think that is the best note to end on. Marianela, thank you so much for joining me on today's show and sharing all of your knowledge, passion, and experience as a financial planner offering estate planning, building this one-stop shop and beyond. And to our audience, if you're still listening and you're interested in learning more about technology to help you grow your practice with estate planning, like Trust and Will, there's a QR code here at the bottom of the screen. Feel free to scan it, or you can head over to trustandwill.com/advisors. And we'll see you in the next episode. Marianela, thank you again.
Thank you. Bye.